Can Bitcoin get to $100,000 by the end of the year? This is exactly what will be happening, according to former institutional investor turned anonymous crypto trader PlanB. PlanB is the creator of the highly praised stock-to-flow model, which has been one of the best predictors of price since its inception, and it's also one of my personal favorite charts. And if what PlanB says is correct, then the bear market is officially over, and we're going to see an explosion in the crypto prices starting this month. So in this video, we'll be looking at what exactly is the stock-to-flow model, and we'll get an explanation from PlanB himself. We'll then break down his big price prediction and how exactly we're going to get there. So we'll do price targets for this month, next month, and December. And to finish up, a bit of a bonus, a table that shows which months have historically been good and bad for crypto. So some great seasonality insights. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like. Always appreciated. Okay, so yes, stock to flow is based on the price of Bitcoin. However, for all you altcoin fans out there, remember this. If Bitcoin hits these prices, then many of the altcoins are going even higher. And the reason the best crypto analysis is done on Bitcoin is because Bitcoin still dictates the market. If Bitcoin rallies, then the whole market rallies. If Bitcoin crashes, the whole market crashes, etc., etc. Okay, very excited for this one, how Bitcoin gets to $100,000 by the end of the year. Ready? Let's do this. So this is the stock to flow chart, and just to get any beginners up to scratch, here are the basics. So this is Bitcoin's price since inception, and it's a logarithmic chart. So this means that it goes up in multiples of 10. And you can see from here to here, this is a 10x move. So these are absolutely huge moves you can see in the different cycles. So stock to flow, stock is how much Bitcoin has actually been mined, and flow, how much Bitcoin is being created. This line going through the middle is the average, and a big part of supply is these halving events. And this is how many days since the last halving event. So when it goes to deep blue, this is a halving event. So we had a halving event here, here, and here. But why not listen to PlanB himself as he explains how he created the stock to flow model. Now, I do have timestamps below, but this 1-minute clip is definitely recommended. And as you'll see, he's now an anonymous crypto trader.
So because my background is institutional investor, and as an institutional investor, you always need a fundamental model. And of course, for stocks, we have it, discounted cash flow models, the same for fixed income instruments or derivatives. It's all based on cash flows. As soon as you go to commodities, for example, gold has the same problem as Bitcoin. There is no cash flow, and there's not well, how do you value such an asset? And for Bitcoin, there wasn't really much out there. A lot of technical analysis, of course, which I'm very familiar with, but not fundamental valuation model. So I try to make a valuation model, just come up with one, a very simple one, and based on ratios, metrics that I knew from the commodities investing world. So the amount that's out there above ground for gold divided by the supply of gold, which is about 60. I got the stock to flow ratio over time from Bitcoin and plotted it against the market value of Bitcoin, or the price. And well, if you plot stock to flow ratio and market value on a log scale, you see a straight line, and that's amazing. So I formalized that with a regression analysis, plotted a line through the data, and that was the model basically.
So that was the infamous stock to flow model. Time now for the big price prediction of how Bitcoin is going to double and many of the altcoins are going to explode over the next 3 months. Now, what's amazing is that this price prediction started all the way back in June, and it's been crazy accurate so far. Check this out. So first up here is the price of Bitcoin, and this was the big crash that happened in May, and obviously we had a much deeper crash, huge rallies, but what I wanted to point it out is that PlanB's big prediction came in about here. So obviously he had no idea what was going to happen from that point. It was pretty much in the dark, and he made some big price predictions back on Twitter. So there's a few things to point out here. Firstly is that this dates back to June, so keep that in mind. And Bitcoin was below 34,000, triggered by Elon Musk's energy FUD and China's minor crackdown. And he put out some big price predictions, and this was his worst case scenario for 2021, and it was based on price and on-chain analysis. So a common misconception is that these price predictions are stock to flow, because they aren't. Stock to flow, the average is actually already predicting 100,000, but this is the average. So prices have to go above and below to give the average. So these predictions were based on price and on-chain analysis. And he said, in August, it's going to be 47,000. September's going to drop to 43,000. October, a big jump to 63,000. Then a huge explosion to almost 100,000 November, and then smashing through it to 135,000 by December. And this is how it's played out so far. So August, he said Bitcoin's going to finish 47,000, and this was 2 months before, and it finished $47,015. So that was crazy close. Then in the dark, he said September it's going further down to 43,000, and it finished $43,740. So this is 3 months out, yet he's still within $1,000, which is crazy. And then the most exciting part is that October, we're going to jump to 63,000. And to be fair, it's already halfway there. And then obviously even bigger months, November and December. And then another great insight that he recently dropped is this. He thinks that the second leg of this bull market will have at least 6 more months to go. So this would take us up to March next year. So make a mental note of that time frame. And also, hot off the press, just in the last couple of days, PlanB has just got to 1 million followers on Twitter. So congratulations for that. And I, for one, will be rooting him on if he continues to hit these numbers. So, as you can see, PlanB has been spot on so far, and I don't know anyone else who's been able to predict the price of Bitcoin to the nearest $1,000 3 months in advance. Now, I also have to say this is not guaranteed to happen, as no one knows the future. So don't go selling your house and YOLOing on Dogecoin just yet. By now, you should already be invested in the crypto market, so it's just a case of enjoying the ride, and it's your patience paying off. I think if an ETF gets approved, then this will be the ticket to the moon. However, having said that, if regulation hits before the end of the year, then no price chart is going to be able to stop another big drop. But I certainly think PlanB will attain legendary status if these numbers stack up. Okay, to finish up, a bit of a bonus chart. I've got a great table which shows which months have been good and bad for crypto historically. So a great seasonality chart. Check this out. So this is a very insightful table showing the seasonality for Bitcoin and pretty much the crypto market. So it goes back to 2013, we've got 14, 15, all the way to 2021. And it shows which months have been good and bad in the crypto market. And if there's lots of red, then this would be a bad month historically. If there's lots of green, then this would be a great month historically. So what does it show? Well, apart from the last couple of years, January in general is a pretty bad month for the crypto market. On the flip side, February is a pretty strong month historically. March is a bit of a terrible month. If it's got 3 red, then April's pretty average. May, not so great. June, not so great. July's pretty average. August is a bit of a bad month in the crypto market. September, as we all know, we've just gone through it, and this historically is always been a bit of a bad month. Now, October, this is the one we're going through right now, and it's already doing very well. So I'd say October looks like a good month, as does November. A lot of green for November, and December is quite good as well. So this says to me we've got a very good chance that the next 3 months are going to be really good. Stock to flow has been one of the best predictors of the Bitcoin price and the crypto market since inception, and it was created by a former institutional investor turned anonymous trader, PlanB. PlanB predicts that Bitcoin will double from today's price by the end of the year, which will also send many of the altcoins to the moon. And he also believes we have about 6 months left of this current market cycle. I, for one, will be taking some profits close to the end of the year, but I will probably do a full video on that closer to the time. And we saw historically October, November, and December are strong months for the crypto market, which does add additional backing to PlanB's prediction. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Have to say, I am pretty excited about this next few months. We certainly need a Bitcoin ETF to go live, and any crypto regulation, if you could just hold off until 2022, that would be great. Mr. Gensler, tell me, what do you think? 100K for Bitcoin by the end of the year? Yes or no? Let me know below. For now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, then click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.